How's it going, you guys? AZ Plyo 21 back again with more of our local to global save W3 in WMMA 5. And here today we have W3 103 Cruz versus Pettis. A very, very big fight card on tap for you today, including two title fights, heavyweight and bantamweight division. Dominic Cruz and Sergio Pettis in our main event. We are trying to overtake the UFC and become the #1 organization in the world. We are currently at 90.2% high-level international. Last time I checked, I believe UFC was at like 94. I do believe they had a pretty crummy card, though. So let me check and see where they are at right now. Oh my god, 90.7%. Ladies and gentlemen, this could very well be the finale of this local to global series. We are already global, mind you, but we could be about to overtake the UFC as the #1 organization in the world of MMA with this fight card. And that's not to mention that we already had stuff planned out. Cruz versus Pettis, Kevin Holland versus Nasruddin Imavov, Michael Chandler versus Themba Gorimbo, Conor McGregor versus Grant Dawson, Dylan Dennis versus Kutat Taladze, and Yaroslav Amosov versus Leon Edwards. We had a packed schedule coming up, but we might be about to overtake the UFC, and that makes me super happy. They just had a shitty card, and now we're going to take advantage. This could very well be the last episode of this series, you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Obviously, there's been 103 cards now. 103 W3 events. I've uploaded every single one. I really appreciate you guys being with me every step of the way on this little journey that I've gone through. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Dominic Cruz and Sergio Pettis. Are they going to make us the #1 MMA organization in the world right now? Let's go ahead and see. All right. Marcin Tybura taking on Justin Willis. Justin Willis gets the knockout punch after just 3.5 minutes. Again, results do not matter. It's the end. We want to see that we have overtaken the UFC. Jared Rosholt with a split decision win here today. Kyle Stewart and Sabah Homasi. It's Kyle Stewart getting it done. Terry Brazier taking on Eliseu dos Santos. Terry Brazier getting the unanimous decision. Jonathan Webb taking on Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu with the unanimous decision after 3 rounds. Jared Gooden taking on Diego Lima. Jared Gooden getting it done via unanimous decision. Vinicius De Jesus taking on Lorenz Larkin at 170. Lorenz Larkin getting it done. Zach Ottow taking on Norman Park at 170. Norman Park with the unanimous decision victory. Al Salawi taking on AJ Fletcher, and it's Fletcher with the decision. Some very boring fights today, it would seem. Lyman Good in the last prelim taking on Jerry Olson, and it's Olson with the TKO win with 1 second left in the fight. Vicente Luque taking on Kamal Magomedov at 170, and it's Vicente Luque getting it done in less than a minute. Chase Hooper taking on Paulo Santos at 145, and it is Santos with the decision victory. Davison Figueiredo taking on Alex Perez at 125, and it is Figueiredo in a fantastic fight, getting the knockout win over Alex Perez, his second win over him, and he wants to fight Brandon Moreno. We may not be able to see that if we end up closing it out here. Carlos Condit taking on Lowen Tynanis, and it's Tynanis with the split decision over the veteran Condit. Heavyweight championship of the world, Adam Wieczorek taking on Alistair Overeem, defending his heavyweight crown / ring. A good 15 pounds over Wieczorek does Overeem have, his 72nd fight, and he wins the W3 heavyweight diamond ring. 1 minute and 20 seconds. The 44-year-old gets it done. Heavyweight title holder. Main event of the evening, Dominic Cruz taking on Sergio Pettis. for that W3 Bantamweight Championship ring. You can see already the champion after beating Marlon Moraes for it. And Sergio Pettis with the TKO win. The body kick gets it done. And he is your new W3 title holder. And let's go ahead and take a look. 18,000 in attendance in Kentucky. Nice gate of 5.3 million. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not 100% sure, because I'm not sure if it's based off of everything. I think we are more popular in general, but definitely in the United States now. 2.7%. Absolutely ridiculous. I already know that we made a ridiculous profit. 14 million on that one show. Here's the moment of truth. We are going to load into the next day and see just exactly if we did get it done. This could be it. We could be the #1 MMA organization right now. And it's all because of what we've been doing. We've been poaching the UFC's fighters. We've been putting on consistent fight cards. We've been signing popular fighters, putting on good fight cards. And I mean, it only took us a matter of what? In-game, what is that? Like 3 or 4 years? I don't even know. Not that long. Which is ridiculous in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, that's not going to happen in real life. But in game, I know what I'm doing. Obviously, WMMA 5 Master, you might even want to call me. AZ Plyo 21. And we're about to see that we have overtaken the UFC. Doesn't mention anything here. Company sizes. There we go. We have done it, you guys. #1 MMA organization in the world. We brought all the stars to Waddell Warriors Worldwide. We have done it. We have overtaken the UFC as the #1 MMA organization in the world. Let's go ahead and take a little quick history dive into Waddell Warriors Worldwide. So, January of 2022. So it really only took about 3 years to get it done. Our very first fight card, W31, had only a total of 6 fights on that card. Main evented by Brady Huang and Dwight Joseph. Out of this group, Brady Huang, Cole Farrell, and Carson Hardman actually ended up being pretty good. Brady Huang only lost 1 fight in W3, and that was his most recent one, and that's to the guy that we just saw win the title, Sergio Pettis. That is insane. He's beaten Ray Borg, Patrick Mix, a good deal of some competition. Mid-level national, now Brady Huang. Carson Hardman, high-level national himself, 8-2. Has some big wins over like Eric Anders and Jared Cannonier. Deron Wynn. And then Cole Farrell was the other one. He was undefeated. He's high-level national. This guy was a homegrown star for us out of Atlanta, Georgia. Cole Farrell. Look at the guys that he's beaten. Drew Dober, Otman Azaitar, Leonardo Santos. Insane. He was on W3 1, 2, and 5, and then he didn't have another fight until W3 24, which is incredible. We had W3 5.5. Let's see. Our very first show had an attendance of only 5. 5. The very next one had 112, 154, 168, 180, 258, 237, 326. Our first show that got 1,000 in attendance was not until W325 Ige versus Felder. Ige versus Felder, obviously. Carson Hardman also on that card. Our first one that had 5,000 in attendance. In attendance was W361 Dern versus Gedalia in August of 2023. Our first card that had 10,000 in attendance. 10,000 in attendance was W383 Moreno versus Scoggins. 12,000 in attendance when the previous card had 9,500. So Moreno and Scoggins sold the hell out of those tickets. McGregor and Ferguson couldn't pull that much in Nevada the next week. We were just getting it done on home turf in Arizona. I believe 15,000 was like a couple weeks later. Chimaev versus Diaz in Arizona, 15,000. And we have pulled 20,000. We decided to go to Mexico for a one fight card. 20,000. Our very first one that got 20,000 was W3 McGregor versus Lawler, which was not too far away ago. And 19,000, 2,000, 20,000. Insane. 18,000 in Kentucky. Another big part of it was us being able to get the media deals that we were able to secure. Signing up with CBS was a huge deal. Exponentially made us better. The fact that we are on Channel 5, where I'm at, Channel 5, every fight card, in front of all those viewers, all that ad revenue, and all the, other channels that we are on worldwide, was a huge deal. Made it a lot easier. Being on YouTube from the beginning definitely helped. And I am just over the moon excited that we were able to get this done in less than 3 years in game. It took a lot. It was a lot of, maneuvering, obviously, but we have done it. Waddell Warriors Worldwide, ranked #1 MMA organization in the world. With the likes of the UFC, we have overtaken the UFC, and I am super excited. Well, this series is done. So we are done with Waddell Warriors Worldwide. This local to global is now officially completed. We've done it. So now, the next series, I'm going to be rebooting the UFC series. Now, let me go ahead and take you. Oh, hold on. Let me save first of all. I might play that on my off time. Oop. UFC 2020. I believe that's what it is. Yes. Dana White. We are in 2025. You can see belts. John Jones, super middleweight. I mean, I was doing a lot. Super lightweight, welterweight, lightweight, featherweight. There was a lot of stuff going on. And I can't wait to get it going again and see what happens when I restart that series. The UFC series, I don't want to say it got stale, but just looking for a change. I mean, money is definitely not an issue at all. And that's not going to be an issue with the next series. So I want your guys' opinions. What should I do with the UFC series to try to make it a little bit different? Should I set goals for myself? Should I only be the booker instead of the CEO? So that way they actually give me goals to complete. So that way I'm actually forced to worry about finances and whatnot. Let me know what you guys think. UFC will be rebooted. And I am just glad that I was able to finish out this local to global series. I'm AZPlow21. I really appreciate you guys. Be sure to like the video. Subscribe if you have not already done so. I already noticed that over 60% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, so please do subscribe. Stay tuned because we have a brand new UFC WMMA 5 series coming right at you. Let me know if you want it to be episodic or if you want it to be a long play thing that I stream and just put up on YouTube. Let me know what you want me to do in that regard. I appreciate you guys as always. I'm AZPlyo21, and I will see you guys at the fights.